And we are live. This is Travis from Carter Cow Capital. Um, Trade with Travis on YouTube and Expert Advisor Reviews on YouTube. Hopefully, everybody's doing very well on this Friday morning. It is February 23rd. I have 9:17 a.m. Been trading a little bit this morning. Haven't seen a lot of opportunities, but we'll get to it. Let's go ahead and start talking about it. I'm not a CTA, so I'm not going to tell you whether to buy or to sell. What I'm going to do is teach you education, and from the education, you can be able to make your own informed decision. Now, understand that trading involves risk. It involves risk of being able to make money. Also involves risk of being able to lose money. So please keep that in mind. And understand that past performance is not indicative of future results, which means that if you end up making money yesterday, it's not promised that you'll end up making money today. So with that being said, give me one quick second. There we go. I had to move over my chair just a little bit so I could be able to move forward. You don't know who I am. My name is Travis Witherspoon. Um, I am a avid trader. Really love being able to get inside of the markets, try to teach, educate, and try to put everybody into the best position of being able to hopefully be able to create some type of income just with education and ideas that you end up getting from here. Now, the way that we end up doing it is that we end up starting off by being able to take a look at what's happening with the economic news, and then from there, kind of understanding after we end up understanding what the day kind of looks like, then we can kind of be able to trade based off of that. I think the last time we ended up doing a session was on had to be on Wednesday, so we'll kind of go based off of what we end up talking about on Wednesday. Um, so today, no high impact news. Everything's going to end up being based off of the charts and based off of the movement that ended up happening over the course of the last 2 days. The way that we end up taking a look at that, if I'm looking at the big three is the United States dollar index, is oil, and it is gold. Uh, the reason why we end up taking a look at those is because it gives us way more information about what's happening with the United States dollar, Japanese yen, and the Canadian dollar with respect to oil. Now, we take a look at this, take a look at the U.S. dollar index. What ended up happening was that the market ended up going inside of consolidation, breaking out of that triangle to the upside. We end up placing in a buy in two different positions at 13,040 and at 13,130 respectively. Hit take profit one, but are still in on that second trade, trying to be able to get up to the next point. So last time we ended up taking a look at this, we were trying to see what was going to end up happening with the overall market at that particular point in time, and because it fell back inside of the consolidation, um, it gave us the opportunity to be able to get this at a better price. So this is what I'm thinking. I think that the market's obviously the market's still going through this triangle all over again, trying to be able to make a decision on if the market's going to pop up to the upside or not. But with that being said, I would love to be able to get in somewhere around here. If the market ends up falling down again and hitting support one more time, then I would like to be able to get in. It gives us great value. Can be able to place our stop loss still at the same point of where we had it. Have a second entry and be able to get in off that buy from there. Now, with that being said, um, there's no position to be able to get into right now. But I would love to be able to get into this at some point in time. Just need to wait for it to be able to give us better value. So, United States dollar index is kind of priming the United States dollar of being able to say that it's going to be bullish at some point in time. So please keep that in mind when it comes down to U.S. based pairs. Oil, really haven't been paying attention to it as much. There's really nothing to be able to do with it right now, and I explain why. You look inside this little gold box that we end up having, you end up seeing that the market has been in consolidation from 82.50 to 63.60, and now it's inside of another portion of a consolidation that's right around $80 as a resistance and $60 as a support. So until the market actually ends up making a move at one of the resistance or support points to be able to kind of break out, there's really no trade to be able to take. Doesn't make any sense to be able to do this. Now you have like reversion systems or anything else like that that you can be able to have it be monitored on the EA. Then this would be a great um, pair to be able to trade when it comes down to just being able to see the reversions right now. But for us being able to break out and make a long term move, there's really nothing to be able to do. Okay, I'll talk about gold, and then after that we'll talk about Bitcoin as well. Last time we ended up taking a look at gold, we wanted to be able to have a counter trend line break to the downside. Um, explaining why on the weekly. Weekly has been in a large consolidation triangle, broke out to the downside, and typically when there's a breakout, there'll be a retest. We're in the middle of that retest right now, and the worst part about it is that the weekly is in the buy zone, so the market is kind of priming for a push more to the upside, which is kind of showing United States dollar weakness uh, based off of that. But taking a look on the daily, we can see that the daily has gotten into the sell zone, end up having some indecision over the course of the last couple of days, and then after that, now it's looking like it's starting to be able to fall. It had a breakout at this particular point. We go to the 2 hour and kind of get into it a little bit more. Yep, had a breakout, had the retest. The market broke above the high again off this retest. It's primed to be able to sell, but to be able to get better value, I would want to wait a little bit more. Obviously, I would love to be able to get in as long as it doesn't break above that high right there. As long as it doesn't break above that high, then I think that we're in a good position to be able to make some type of sell trade based off of this. Um, I don't know if it's going to end up happening today, but I know I definitely would like to be able to look at being able to sell off of this one. Got to give me a better trend to be able to work off of, but I'm going to place it right here. I'll be looking for this market to be able to, let's see, I'm going to look for this market to be able to curl back over and then break the counter trend line again. Once you do that, now you have an accurate sell that you can be able to get into. Place your stop loss above that overall high that you just seen right there, 2034. And then after that, you can ride it all the way down to the extension off of this movement. And that is, what price is that? Okay. I end up having 1937. The take profit is 1943. So anywhere around 1950 would be the price to be able to get out on that. If you're doing a long term move. If you're doing a short and measured move, then going back to 2000 would be a good move as well. Okay. So I like that. Just wait for a sellable position to be able to get in on gold. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Let's see. Bitcoin's in no man's land right now. Basically trading in between a resistance of 52.5 and support right around 50,300. So um, you're trying to be able to buy it, trying to get better value. Obviously, you want to be able to catch it at a lower price. 2 hours ago would have been the best because it ended up having a spark kind of move from there. But if you're trying to get better value, I would kind of see if this try to see if this market's going to end up kind of bottoming out and kind of U-turning a little bit. Obviously, we end up having a strong move over the course of the last year to the upside, but I think we are probably getting back to a point where people would start looking at being able to buy this again. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and get into the indexes as the market is about to open for those. U.S. Nas, Nas 100. We take a look at this one on the 15-minute. We end up saying that we wanted to be able to take a sell trade the last time that we ended up speaking, being able to get better value and trying to get out at 17,287. What ended up happening was that the market ended up giving us better value, um, and that allowed the trade to be right around here, which was a 56 point stop and a um, 180 point profit that you could be able to go after. Market ended up having a strong counter turn on break, fell all the way down to the downside, got very close to being able to hit that, and then after that, started to be able to push back up. Um, Ended up taking profit on it a little bit early. I want to say I probably ended up taking profit the last time that we ended up having this little drop. I ended up getting out right at the same point where the market ended up having its low at 17,400. But still a good move. Now we can see that obviously the market has pushed up to the upside, and it's even higher than what we were in that last point. I'm gonna wait to be able to see what's happening. Obviously, we know that the market has been bullish. It just seems like now it's on track to be able to get back in this channel that it was in. And if it does this, then uh, this will be a prime area to get in for a long term buying. But it's already done bounce and hit the counter trend line break. I want to see if this market will drop a little bit before being able to get in, but that's a pretty push. It's done broke out, hasn't retested yet. I'll wait for the retest on the bottom. US 30. Let's try this again. US 30. Okay. US 30 ended up hitting a point of what we thought it was going to end up going, which was at 38,380. Broke to the downside. We did not get in because we didn't like the risk reward. Since then, the market has flushed back up to the upside, breaking outside of this consolidation block, going inside of a vortex area, which means that we got a strong push that's going to end up happening. So, market ended up completing the D extension at 38,840. At this particular point, you did not get in, then it's more of, do you want to buy at all time highs? Me personally, I'm not one of those people that like to be able to buy all time highs. It's just been one of my big rules when it comes down to that. So I'd rather kind of drop, give us better value, and kind of just look at being able to buy it back up, um, or just kind of changing the mindset of where we were. But that's a nice looking ABCD. The market has probably, let's see, what would that be for a fib? Okay, so I mean that's your new A. That should be, yeah. Market is expected to finish at 39,000 um 192. So 39.9 basically. Hold on, let me change this a little bit. Might be a little bit higher. Okay, 39,200. 39,200. Yep, market end up retracing back to market end up retracing to the 618, based off of that push to the downside, pop right back up to the upside. This is literally almost 1,000 point move. Yeah, 800 point move to the upside, and about 2 days. Jeez, boy. US 30 can get scary good sometimes when it comes down to this movements. If you can just be able to catch them at the right times. Mm. I already did that one. Already did that one. Um, if you are looking at this live, or if you will be looking at this live, thank you for being able to pop in. Obviously, if there's a pair that you'd like to be able to talk about while I'm still on here and want to be able to take a look at it, then we can. Also, want to be able to talk about. Um, also, want to be able to talk about some other education and stuff like that. If that ends up helping you out, for us being able to help you out for us trading. So, um, this one's already at 210. There we go. There goes that last push. It literally just hit, or it's about to hit. Rocket shot of a move. Okay, I'm going to sign out for right now. I'll come back on a little bit later on today. We'll see how everything goes with these pairs. I don't have any trading opportunities that I'm interested in right now. At least not getting into. All right, take it easy.